Kim Taehyung in Paris, a night that turned into legend. Through the lens of madness and beauty. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? A haunting question. One that feels like a whisper in the noise, like a soul screaming in a crowd that refuses to see the obvious. Because there are moments, rare, fleeting moments, when someone stands before the world in full light, in full glory, yet still, many look past them. But not tonight. Because tonight, in the heart of Paris, the city of dreams, of lovers, of history, a man didn't just attend an event. He became the event. A man walked under golden Parisian lights, and for one breathless night, he didn't just belong in this world, he transcended it. His name. Kim Taehyung. The boy from Korea who shook Paris. He didn't land with fanfare. There were no fireworks. No red carpet. Just a quiet arrival. A flight. A step out of the airport gates. But the wind changed that day in Paris. The air shifted. And though the sky remained the same shade of July blue, there was something in the city that began to pulse with anticipation. Taehyung stepped out at Incheon Airport wearing a simple yet deliberate look, earth-toned layers, soft-fitted trousers, and sunglasses that could hide 1,000 thoughts. The paparazzi didn't just take photos, they paused, stunned, then began clicking like thunder. It wasn't just a fashion moment. It was an arrival of energy. And then, he vanished into the sky. When Paris breathed his name. Paris. The city that has seen kings rise and fall, lovers kiss and part, artists bleed and bloom. It is not an easy city to impress. But the moment Taehyung's plane touched down, it began to listen. The cobblestones echoed his name. The cafes whispered theories. The lights seemed to wait for him. He wasn't even seen yet, but he was felt. And when he finally stepped out of his hotel on that first evening, fans who had waited for hours gasped as if seeing the moon rise for the first time. He wore a black wool coat, his hair gently tousled, eyes hidden beneath the glass. He didn't wave. He didn't speak. But Paris heard him loud and clear. The prelude of stars, reunion in luxury. Days before the official fashion show, Celine hosted a private welcome event. A gathering of the elite, ambassadors, global creatives, and hand-selected guests. Among them stood Park Bo-gum. And there was Suzy. Both stunning in their respective outfits. But then, he arrived. Taehyung wore a wine-colored leather jacket that seemed tailored by starlight itself. It wasn't just the clothes. It was the air around him. Time slowed. Every head turned. Even the music in the background felt quieter. Suzy smiled. Bo-gum approached. The reunion of Korea's golden trio happened not on a stage, not at an award show, but in a candlelit room deep in Paris, where only whispers of history were allowed to echo. And someone recorded it, a clip only 12 seconds long, that melted the internet within hours. The silence before the show. For 48 hours, Taehyung disappeared. No photos. No sightings. Only speculation. Was he rehearsing? Resting? Preparing for something extraordinary? Fans filled social media with theories. Some guessed he was having a secret fitting. Others believed he was part of an undisclosed campaign. All anyone knew was, something big was coming. And when the night of the fashion show arrived, that silence was replaced with frenzy. The show that changed everything. He walked in, like cinema. Not rushed. Not surrounded by a crowd. Just him. A tailored gray suit, textured fabric catching the warm lights. Sunglasses resting on his face like they were born with him. Photographers froze. One later said, "I've covered fashion weeks for 15 years. I've never seen someone command a room like that without speaking." He sat front row, beside global icons, but the room tilted toward him. Models walked. Lights changed. Music echoed. But all eyes remained fixed on V. He didn't just witness fashion, he became its mirror. That night, Taehyung didn't attend a fashion show. He became the heartbeat of it. The night under the stars. After the show, most celebrities would call it a night. But not Taehyung. Because waiting for him was something more, an afterparty not listed on public invites, whispered only among the elite. Held at a luxurious villa near the Seine River, the event was a curated dream. Glass chandeliers, live jazz echoing against the stone walls, and waiters carrying champagne on golden trays. Taehyung arrived late. Deliberately. He exited his hotel wearing an all-black suit. Sharp. Luminous. With every step, the cameras begged for focus. The way the lights bounced off his sunglasses. The subtle nod to fans. The tiny, almost imperceptible smirk as he stepped into the car. It all played out like a scene from a lost film reel, one that people would replay again and again. The internet erupts. Within hours, hashtags trended globally. Hashtag Taehyung in Paris. Hashtag THV party look. Hashtag legend in the making. A single fan-made edit of him walking into the party crossed 10 million views in less than a day. GIFs of his soft smile became memes of hope, charm, elegance. People compared him to James Bond. Others said he looked like a painting from the Louvre that had come to life. One popular tweet simply read, "Paris didn't deserve him. But it needed him." The man behind the myth. What makes someone unforgettable? It's not just the face. Or the fashion. It's the way they make you feel. Taehyung didn't come to Paris to impress. He came to express. Through his minimalist accessories, his thoughtful posture, his gentle smiles to fans, and his silence that somehow spoke louder than any press release, he told the world. This is who I am. Watch closely. Designers at Celine revealed that Taehyung had inspired their latest vision. His dual nature, masculine yet soft, bold yet ethereal, helped shape the narrative of their collection. He wasn't a guest. He was the muse. A whisper of something more. As Paris slowly returned to normal, the questions began. Was this just a visit? Or was it the prelude to something bigger? There were rumors. A secret photo shoot. A future campaign. Even a possible design collaboration. But the truth? Taehyung doesn't need to say anything. He lets the silence swell with promise. And promise is what he leaves behind, everywhere he goes. Legend walks in silence. In a world that shouts louder every day, Taehyung does the opposite. He walks slowly. Speaks softly. And yet, the world listens. That night in Paris, Kim Taehyung wasn't just a guest at a show. He became the moment. The icon. He reminded us that elegance isn't about extravagance, it's about presence. And in that one night, under the Parisian moonlight, the world didn't just watch. It fell in love. Not with a character. Not with a star. But with a legend in the making. Kim Taehyung.